Hi guys, this is Nick from Windows Raw Gamers, and as promised, this is the follow-up video to the first Proxy Compendium. The Halfling proxies recommended by commenters will be in the Shire section of the S video. I've actually covered the Wargames Atlantic ones in our 5 good proxies video from a few years back. I covered my use of Radagast for Malbeth in the main video, but there are more ways to make Arnor and Angmar miniatures with different citadel parts. Arnorians could be made with proxy heads, shields, and spears on Minas Tirith bodies, both warriors and knights. You can even scrape the white trees off the shields, and paint 7 stars if you get it freehand. After you've picked up a set of Arnorian warriors, the Minas Tirith battle host gives you 24 warriors and 6 knights for the price of 12 Arnorians, although not with a banner or captain. If you have the War of the Rohirrim starter set, you can make Uldrak and the Men of Khandum using Targ on foot, and Hill Tribesmen's heads and weapons on modified Warriors of Rohan bodies that come with them. Yeah, it turns out the Men of Khandum are ruled as wearing armor. This is armor. Light armor, armor. Light armor, armor. Light armor, armor. Got it? Good. You could also use man heads on orc bodies. These are some Dunlending warriors that Joe made me like 10 years ago. Initially, my King Arvedui was a metal Theoden head on Denethor's body. Now he's been upgraded to a plastic Theoden's head on a Knight of the White Tower's body, with the right arm from a Dol Amroth proxy by Medbury, and the left arm made from various parts from the Highman sprue by Unreleased Miniatures. A commenter asked why I didn't include unreleased miniatures. While I mentioned them in passing, erroneously calling them unfinished miniatures because I'm a midwit, I didn't showcase any of their models. They produce a set of werewolves called Barghests, after the demon dogs of Northern English folklore. I love the dude cowering as a base ornament. The Vengeful Devourer is their answer to Gulavar, though I think he looks more like a demon than a vampire. I like his almost flayed looking musculature, and his grisly pose. Insidious Attack is a twofer. Technically it's a diorama, but it gives you both a Barrow-Wight / Shadow of Rudar and a Ranger of Arnor. While the price for 2 man-sized models is quite steep, the sculpts do look very good. Anyone who's seen my Numenorian video will recognise the High Men sets, which give us a commander on foot and mounted, a banner bearer, a hornblower, warriors, and now, knights. Sets can be used to make either Numenorians or Arnorians, portrayed here with banded great helms. I'm going to use these heads to make knights and their dismounts, using official Citadel Guard for the dismounts and mounted Citadel Guard proxies for the mounted. Basically just a whole warband of this guy. As for Azog's lot, they have a small selection of Great Northern Orcs, which are Gundabad-like. Although you can make them look more like Hunter Orcs despite their shields. Maybe a hand swap is in order? Or just use the heads and torsos with regular Orc bits and get 12 miniatures for the price of 6, if you have the bits ready. Lastly, they have Fell Bats, which look more like mutated bats than the official fleshy gargoyles do. Another commenter suggested Victrix Pagan Russ for the Men of Khandum, which is a great call, both for the unarmoured and armoured ones apparently. Remember, light armour, armour, got it? Good. Rangers of Shadowdeep by the makers of Frostgrave gives us the Shadow Knight, who can be used as the Shadow of Rudauer. Maybe with a head swap, but that's just me. Also for the Shadow, Reconquer's Harbinger of the Damned looks profoundly fucking cool. Whilst I was editing the main video, Devale dropped an Angmar and Arnor range with Men of Khandum and their heroes, a more grounded and hardened retake of the Arnorian warriors, some hill trolls, and Barrow-Wight / Shades. Their version of Aranarth, Prince Aranai, is my favourite among them. He certainly looks like the founder of the Rangers of the North. His face is weathered, and his design makes it look like he's ditched plate armour in favour of a gambeson. A man divesting himself of a regal past in favour of a simple future. I also like how their Shadow Commander has a very distinctly Numenorian vibe to him, I know lore-wise the Barrow Wights aren't Westernese themselves, but spirits sent by the Witch King to loiter in their barrows. But maybe that's what makes the Shadow of Rudauer so special. The ghost of one of the King's men, perhaps? Their Birdo proxy also has a grotesque charm to him, especially with that big-ass cleaver. Reminds me of Pudge.
When I'm through with these vermin, they'll be fit for a pie.
Like DeVale, KZK revealed their extended Angmar range when I was done with that section. They got a crafty looking Nasdaq, I like the shoulder horns. The Necrolord wears a bulky, archaic set of armour with a fur mantle. He looks like a Nordic Hogboy. I've mispronounced that, I know I have. And very much what I think of when I think of Rudauer and Khaldun Doom. They also have a newer version of Gulhovar. He looks more imposing, intelligent and loping, not to mention larger. Finally, Neverett Studio came out with some new werewolves. They're shaggy furred, feral, and absolutely fuck huge. Put them next to the official minis and they fit right in. That's all for now. I'll eventually do a separate video just for orcs, but in the meantime, I'm going to crank out the next installment, the B's and C's. Thanks to everyone who commented on the last one, and preemptively thanks to anyone who may comment on this one. Until then, I'll see you next time.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Thanks, Google. I appreciate it.